And welcome back to Los Angeles. Drew Goodman, Vitas Gerulaitis, and Barry McKay. Edberg to take on Sampras in one semifinal, and a little bit later on this evening, join us again. Gary Muller will take on Michael Chang, the '89 French Open winner and the winner of the Canadian Open last week. There's Edberg's vitals. He makes his home now most of the time in London, England. And of course, he is the 1990 Wimbledon champion. Second time he has won that Grand Slam event. He also owns 2 Australian Open titles. He has won 3 titles this year, including Wimbledon. Beat Mal Washington, young American, Michigan grad, 6'2", 6'4" in the first. Had a tougher time with Matsuka, big server from Tokyo. And went through Jeff Tarango, 2 breaks in that, and dispatched to the Manhattan Beach maid pretty quickly.
Well, basically, he's breezed through the first couple of rounds. Against the Japanese player, he had a little bit of difficulty, but these courts are pretty quick, so if you serve well, you can give somebody a little bit of trouble.
Did hear the comment earlier in the week from Michael Chang that they're a little bit faster than he had envisioned because they did resurface him. Stefan Edberg has a big kicking serve, and he breaks down Stefan Edberg's serve right here.
Well, if you're going to talk about a weapon, Stefan Edberg possesses one of the deadliest serves in the game. And here's a great shot of that accentuated backhand grip, which produces all that spin that Stefan Edberg uses on his serve. The great knee bend, the athletic grace, and that power, the snap that he puts into that serve. All right, let's take a look at the first and second serve of Stefan Edberg. Here he tosses the ball pretty much directly over his head. Notice the pronounced knee bend. That's where he generates all of that power. And on the second serve, he's going to toss the ball slightly a little bit more behind his head. That's why he gets a little bit more spin and topspin on the serve, and it's a safer second serve. Now on the first serve, he'll flatten out his wrist so he can hit a flatter, harder serve. And on the second serve, he gets up and he comes from behind his head a little bit more, produces a little bit more spin, and it's a safer, more effective second serve.
And of course he gets to net where he possesses some of the best volleys in the tennis world. Stefan Edberg, the second-ranked player in the world and the #1 seed here. Across the court, Pete Sampras. He'll turn 19 next week. Makes his home in Palos Verdes down the road. 6-footer. 2 titles this year. Philly in the warm-up for Wimbledon. Manchester he took, and then he, of course, lost in the first round of Wimbledon to Christo van Rensburg. This is how he has reached the semifinals. Dropped only 1 set. That to Brad Pierce. And he got rid of Jason Stoltenberg. 6'3" and 6'4" from Australia. This is a guy who has a big serve and a big volley. Very similar player.
He's a bit of a streaky player, and he's a little bit predictable. That's why I feel that Stefan Edberg is going to come on top of this match. He just puts so much pressure on you time and time again that I think the inexperience of Sampras is going to be his downfall.
It's a great day for the beach. Hopefully people will stick around the house or come here before they head to the beach. Barry, what's it like downstairs?
I'll tell you one thing, Drew. 2 big factors today that weren't around yesterday. The wind is extremely swirling down here at the moment as we're ready to start. And secondly, the sun virtually right overhead. And so as Edberg throws that high toss-up, he's going to be looking up into a very bright sun. He may have to adjust the toss, and so will Sampras when he comes over to this end of the court. So we'll watch that closely. But nice conditions, but difficult. Back to you guys.
Okay, Barry. Our chair umpire, Dick Kaufman. There is Richard. And we are about set. Best out of 3 sets.
Ready to play. Thank you.
Volvo Tennis LA on the ATP Tour. Edberg, the only player in the semifinals yet to drop a set in this tournament. Pete Sampras has been looking forward to this opportunity. They actually played doubles together at the Queen's Club before Wimbledon, but have never met. Big opportunity for the young American. Sampras goes left, and the backhand goes right. Love 15.
Love 15.
Take advantage of a number of lead cords last night, and that obviously hurts Pete Sampras.
Well, that's a pretty good start for Stefan Edberg.
Sails long. This is a pretty easy transition for most players who play well on the grass to move to the hard courts in the summer.
Well, generally, if you play well on grass, you're going to play well on hard courts. It is a different surface. The ball bounces higher on cement. But if you're a good serving bowler, you'll play well on both surfaces.
That'll go in the alley, 30 all. Pete Sampras hits his first serve pretty flat. Let's take a look at it.
Well, I was in Toronto last week, and I watched this kid hit 52 aces. Look at it. He's got great snap. So he's got a pretty good weapon in the service department himself.
And he has served 23 aces through 3 matches in this tournament. Sampras got there, and he holds serve. After being down love 30, Pete Sampras holds 1 love in the first.